days to work. Hey, brothers and sisters, it's great to see all these wonderful postal workers and other labor people here, people I think from CCI, the blind, all kinds of people, because there's all kinds of people in this country who rely on a public postal service. There's a problem in this country, and it seems to be the Congress. It seems to be particularly some Republicans in the Congress. They occasionally pick up a wayward Democrat. But in 2006, the Republicans in Congress decided to attack the existence of the U.S. Postal Service because they really don't like public things. They like to attack things that are public. They prefer a profit be made off of everything. So, you know, maybe we can turn a profit out of the schools. Maybe we can sell the public parks to Disney or somebody. Anyway, the Postal Service that serves and is older than the country and serves the American people every day in countless ways that they rely on, they decided that it was a good idea to economically weaken that service by requiring only the Postal Service to pre-fund 75 years of retiree health benefits for people that haven't been born yet. And so at the same time, the Congressional Budget Office, those folks have figured out that we have overpaid into the retirement systems, but oh no, we can't have that money to offset that, even though they admit that we overpaid billions of dollars, because that would not look good for the deficit, they say. The problem with that is, that's not tax money. That's your postage money. That's the stamp your grandma bought. That's the postage your business used to do a mailing. That's not tax money, that's our money, and they should give it back, or at least offset this other stuff with it. But this is an attack, as I said, it's not only an attack, it's also an attack on all working class people, because the reason they're attacking the Postal Service, like I said, on the one hand, they don't like anything public. But what they particularly hate is strong union workers. And the most unionized sectors in this country left after the vicious attacks that working people have undergone is the public sector. Particularly federal and postal workers are some of the most unionized workers in this country. So that makes us a target, because they want to weaken all unions, and they figure take the strongest, most organized sectors and attack them, and that will help bring down everybody else. So this is an attack that's in the interest of every working person in this country. The whole working class has a fight, has a dog in this fight, because our service, you know, they want to do all kinds of horrible. First of all, they want to delay service standards. If Congress doesn't stop them, next February there'll be no first-class delivery standards at all. It'll be we deliver the mail when we damn well feel like it. There won't be any one-day, two-day areas. It'll be whenever we get around to it, we'll deliver it. That's their proposal, and that has to be stopped. And people depend on it, and many small businesses and companies depend on the checks and the money flowing through the system. People depend on getting their medicine when they need it. They depend on all kinds of things, checks that come in the mail. They also want to cut it to 5 days. All of this is unnecessary, because all of it is predicated on the idea that we're broke. But we're not, because the last few years, if we hadn't had this absurd pre-funding obligation, we've made $600 million just in the last couple of years. So we are doing quite well, thank you, if it wasn't for their constant attacks and trying to weaken the Postal Service. So it's an attack on the whole public sector. It's an attack on all working people in so many ways. Now, we do, fortunately, Darrell Issa, who's the head of that committee, who's one of these teabaggers from California, he put in a bill that would basically destroy the Postal Service. It would close more small towns. It would close processing facilities, which is why they want to slow up the delivery standards. They want to close all these processing facilities, and it'll take longer and longer for you to get your mail, and destroy thousands and thousands of good working class union jobs. But Darrell Issa doesn't care about rural Iowa or working people or anything. Fortunately, we have some congressmen that do, and a senator. Congressman Braley and Congressman Lobsek do care, and Senator Harkin. They've co-sponsored the legislation we need, clean legislation, Senate Bill 630 and House Bill 316, that fix the financing without trying to destroy the Postal Service. And it will fix everything, and it'll be just fine. And 2 years ago, I have to say that Congressman Latham's co-sponsored a similar bill. This time he can't seem to get around to do it, and King, well, you know, he's Steve King. But those people, Steve King has a hell of a lot of small rural towns and people need to tell him that he needs to pay attention to the needs of rural Iowa, and Latham, that they need to pay attention to the needs of rural Iowa, because it's only Congress that stands in the way of fixing this problem. They created the problem. They need to fix the problem. It's all on them. You need to contact your congressman and Grassley and say, listen, you know, you need to worry about the service to rural Iowa and to all of us, and to the elderly that'll have to walk a block and a half to a cluster box if ISA had his way, pushing their wheelchair down the street to pick up their mail in the middle of the winter. That should be fun. And so that's what we need. We need you to, we thank you for coming today. You need to spread the word, make people understand. We don't get tax money. They're ripping off postal money is what they're doing, quite the opposite. And we need to fight back. We need to demand no change in delivery standards, no 5-day delivery, because they'll go to 4 and 3 and whatever they feel like it. Keep door-to-door delivery. We need to do all those things. And we need your support, and we need you to contact your congressman and demand that they stand up for rural Iowa and for working people. Thank you.